Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. We wanted to do this call just to kind of get everyone started right off on the right foot. If you guys don't know me, my name is Rose Smith. My last name has changed. It took me a while to change Canuto to Smith. Smith is just so average. But anyways, as I digress, Haley is also another coach on our team, and she is running the group with me. So we are going to kind of run this call together. It's our first time kind of doing like a getting started right call for like our challenge groups. So we just kind of thought of some topics that we thought would be helpful for you guys kind of starting in with this. And always feel free to just unmute yourselves. Everyone's muted now, but you can just click on that little microphone thingamajiggle at the bottom, and that should unmute you. So like, this isn't anything fancy. I don't think I've washed my hair in 5 days, but just it's an open call type of thing. So if you guys have questions, like, no one's like too important to like stay quiet. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight was the yo-yo diet cycle, and that was something that I think I posted in the app tonight, or I think it was like this afternoon. And probably the picture is a little bit blurry because it's a little bit small on my computer, but can everyone see this? Give me like a thumbs up or something. So usually what happens is like when people start a diet, you restrict your calories, right? So you eat less because really losing weight is more or less like a calculation of taking less calories in and burning more calories, and you have a deficit. And then you have weight loss. With women, I will say hormones is a huge part in losing weight. So yes, there's that calculation of calories in and burn calories, but you also do have to kind of take in that hormone effect as well. But when you reduce your calorie intake and you're exercising at the same time, you have to remember that taking in less food, you're also taking in less nutrition at the same time. And what does nutrition do for our bodies? I'm not going to go through the whole fats, carbs, and protein thing, but each of those things has a component to our body that's going to give us energy and, work our heart and our brain and, put oxygen in our blood system and put air in our lungs and all that fun jazz. But when we're eating less food with less nutrition, our body is looking for that nutrition in something, and that is typically what a craving is. It's definitely more than just psychological. It is a chemical factor too. So when you're in that nutrition deficit for that 10, 14 days, because that's what usually happens, right? You're like, all right, I'm going to start on that Monday. And then I would say normally like that, I would say the first weekend's usually the toughest. So like that 5, 7, 10-day thing is where you're like, all right, like I think I got this, but then you give in, right? That craving is just too much, or that weekend is too much, or that party, you're just like, I'm just going in. But you know what happens? You go all in. Like you don't just have like a piece of cake, you have the whole freaking pie. And that's because of that nutrition deficit. Your body is like literally screaming at you that you need to get this nutrient in your body, because that's what we run on. We don't run on empty calories. And I think that's what a lot of people have that mindset. Well, I'm getting calories in, but a lot of the calories, like I used to have Smart Ones, like legit every day I had Smart Ones. Yeah, it had calories in it, but what kind of calories were they? Absolutely awful for me. So after you have that temptation, you give in, right? You go all in, and then the next day you wake up and you feel like crap. You're like, holy God, like what did I just do? Like your stomach's aching. For me, I'm like, gotta go to the bathroom. I'll start my diet on Monday again. And then you start that cycle all over again. So the reason why I really love to bring this up is because people don't understand what Shakeology is. Yeah, as coaches, we say you need Shakeology, and I don't think people understand why you need Shakeology. So I kind of like to break it down, because if I'm buying something, and I'll be honest, like Shakeology is not cheap. It's not something that you go to GNC and buy. And I always tell people, like, if you just want a regular protein shake, sure, go to GNC. But Shakeology is not just a protein shake. It has protein in it, but what Shakeology has is all those nutrients. So you have your vitamins, your minerals, your pre and probiotics, you have your digestive enzymes. So you have everything to make your systems work. And off the top of my mind, if I can remember right, remember I did have a half a drink tonight and it made me a little loopy, a little red-faced. I believe Shakeology helps 11 or 12 of the systems in your body. So you have like your digestive system, your lungs, your heart, your brain, like all those systems need to be working and functioning at optimal levels for everything to kind of work together and for you to feel like amazing and feel good and feel like you can get through the day without having any of those crashes. So all of those enzymes and vitamins, minerals, they come from the superfoods in Shakeology. If you don't know what superfoods are, they're just fruits and vegetables that have more than one meaning to it, meaning like it does more than one activity. So it just doesn't give you vitamin C, but it gives you like the enzymes and the pre and probiotics and the minerals like zinc and all that fun stuff that you need. I'm not a scientist in this. My background is in athletic training, so I do have a little bit of a nutrition background. So for me, when I started with Shakeology, I didn't know everything. I literally Googled things. So I would take like one shake and compare it. And I would Google all the superfoods in Shakeology just so I know like I'm spending my money on something good, not just regular protein. Because protein is cheap by itself, right? But what I did too is if you go to like Whole Foods or Wegmans and you just get like the bag of wheatgrass, that bag of wheatgrass for like 20 servings is like $25. And you're getting 30 servings of wheatgrass in Shakeology with 70 other superfoods. So like camu and macaroot and acerola cherry. All of those things are in Shakeology. And like I said, go in Whole Foods and see, they're usually like in that little itty bitty bag for like a serving of 20 for like 25 bucks. And it like blows your mind that all that stuff is in Shakeology. So that's what Shakeology is. It doesn't have any like fat burner in it. It doesn't have any chemicals or additives. It doesn't have any added sugar. The sugar that you see on the bag is actually from the superfoods itself. So like the acerola cherry, it has sugar in it. It's from the cherry. It has stevia in it. That's the only natural sweetener that it has. It doesn't have like equal or aspartame or however you say that. So everything is all natural in that. Did anyone have any questions about kind of that cycle or any questions about Shakeology, about what it does, how it works? Thumbs up. Okay. How you make your Shakeology. I posted a video already in the app, but if you need more direction with that, just let me know and I'll kind of tag you with that video. But it's pretty much me in my kitchen going old school on how to make your shake. I know it sounds crazy and I know it sounds very simple. Like making a shake shouldn't be like scientific, but I swear there's a science behind it to kind of find your right recipe. Am I right, Haley? And Haley, if you have any, I know we're going to switch topics, but if you have anything to add, jump on in. But I would say if you are brand spanking new to Shakeology, like you've never tried it before, I would say go with half of a scoop first, or if you got the packet, go with half the packet, because sometimes when our body's not used to that nutrition, it's pretty much going to detox you first. So if you have Shakeology, you're a first-time user, you might get a headache, or you might be going to the bathroom a little bit more frequently just because all that nutrients is trying to get all the crap that you've been eating out of your system. And then after that, it can function correctly. So if you've ever done like a detox or a cleanse, you know that the really good stuff is going to give you some symptoms. If you don't get any symptoms, then it's not a good cleanse. And you know that you wasted your money. So with Shakeology, first time user, do a half or a full, a half a scoop. And then just do, I know I did whole milk when I first started, And I was like, oh my God, I can't finish this. Like, this is just too much. I was like, don't do whole milk. It's going to make you feel like really, really full. You know, if you want to start with skim milk, go ahead. But definitely, you know, try it out. Do it with skim milk or almond milk or coconut water. I went from whole milk all the way to just water. Your taste buds adjust, meaning if your taste buds are used to high sugar, high fructose corn syrup, like carb central, that is what it wants. Our bodies are made for that. In like the paleo days, like back when we were cavemen, that is what our ancestors searched for, because that was very limited back then. Unfortunately, that's not limited for us now. So when our body has it, it's just natural for us to kind of want those things. So once, I think your taste buds have like a 20-day cycle. I might be a little bit off with those numbers, but your taste buds will eventually start to gravitate towards more of the good foods like Shakeology, or even like if you've ever had like a plain shot of wheatgrass by itself, it's going to make you like pucker up real quick. But I love wheatgrass like by itself. Like if I have like a juice bar by me, sometimes I'll just go there like right after the beach and get one, and it tastes so good. I know it sounds weird, but your taste buds definitely do change. So you just have to give yourself a chance, just like with anything new. Definitely try the recipes. We'll give you guys tons of recipes in the group too. So changing your liquid, changing the amount of ice that you put in, and changing when you put them in the blender. So I put in my water first, I put in my ice. If I have a banana, I'll put that in, and then I put the powder on top. And you might have to do it in different orders. The longer that you blend your shake for, the more like thicker it will get, right? The more ice you add, the more thicker it will get. An avocado will make it really thick. So if you like a Wendy's Frosty, I promise you don't taste the avocado. Just do a half of avocado, throw it in there, and it is like a thick, almost like, not pudding, but I freaking love it. I think it's like a great treat to have. So really, you got to experiment. You can't just try it once and be like, oh, I don't like it, I'm done. It's just something that you have to work with and kind of find your recipe, and you will. So for me right now, I just do vegan Shakeology with ice and water. Plain and simple. I like to save my fruits for later in the day, but you know, whatever your jazz is, if you like PB2 or a PB chocolate 2, put that in there with like vanilla. That tastes really awesome too. So if you have a flavor and you're like, I'm not feeling it, post in the group. I promise you. I think someone did that today. They're like, I don't know how to make this. And then there was like, you know, like Patty commented below, and then a couple other people said like, you know, this is what I do. So you can definitely get help with that. Any questions with making your shake? Is anyone having any issues with their?
So why do you have to, is there a reason why you layer it that way?
The consistency just comes out different, and that's what I've noticed. And then also, especially if you have vegan Shakeology, the pea protein is a different consistency. It's coarser than whey protein. Whey protein is very smooth. So with the vegan protein like pea and quinoa, you're going to have to blend that up a little bit longer. So if you're just blending it up for like 10 seconds, I would say like if you're doing the vegan, you want to blend that up for like at least like 30 seconds. And you could, you know, just layering it does come out different, like a different consistency. Would you say that too, Haley, for you?
Yeah, and like I layer mine even different than you. Like I will start with my blender. I'll put the ice in it first, then I'll put my Shakeology, and then my PB2, and the last thing I put in is my liquid. So like I'll put in my chocolate almond milk last. And I mean, I don't know, that's just the way I've always done it, and I like to stick to routine, but I do blend mine a lot, and I mean, I like it like that. So
awesome. Anyone else? Good question, Meg. All right, cool. I'm going to hand it over to Haley, because I think she has the next topic.
I do. All right. So I'm Haley. If I don't know you guys, I'm super excited you guys are here. I know Darlene and Steph, so I'm glad you guys could jump on. Hi, guys. And Patty, I saw you last night. Hi. Everybody else, welcome. We're super excited for the group. So I'll be posting a lot next week. I know I've been kind of quiet this week, but I'm just kind of letting Rose take over this week. So I will definitely see you guys a lot next week during our first week. But I wanted to talk to y'all first right now about the containers and the meal plan. So raise your hand if you have the containers. It came with your package. Let me see them hands. I'm a teacher. All right, good. You can put your hands down now. When you got your containers, were you like, oh my gosh, these things are so tiny, I'm gonna starve? Because I was like that at first, and I was just like, oh, you mean I had to put all my food in these things? I'm never gonna feel full. But then I was like, okay, I can do this. So first suggestion is don't freak out. Second suggestion is take your food, put it in your containers, and don't eat out of your containers. When you put your food in your containers, always, whether it's chicken or something you have to heat up, put it on a plate, even if it's your vegetables, fruit, something. You will see that once you have put all of your colors that you're eating for that meal on a plate, you will see that it is a lot more food than you actually think about in the first place. You're stuffing that purple one with all the strawberries you can get in there, and you're like, dang, this is all I get. But then you pour it out on a napkin, maybe if it's just like a snack, and it'll be a lot more than you realize. So that's my first tip with the containers. And use them with your meal plan all the time. No matter what meal you are doing, whether it's a snack, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I always, when I first started, the containers can be very overwhelming, right? I mean, you don't know, oh my gosh, this is so much food at first. You don't know how to do it all. So take one meal at a time. And my suggestion is write it all out, whether it's pen and paper, an app, MyFitnessPal, I think some people use that. Whatever it is, write it down, because you will want to use your containers for each and every meal. So you use a red in the morning for eggs, okay? You still got to use that red for something at lunch, something at dinner. So always take your food that you're using in the containers and either dump it on your plate or put it in a, container. What are those things called? The Ziploc bag. What are the other things? No, you know what I'm talking about. Gladware stuff. Regular containers. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. Regular containers. Put them in regular containers. So then they're not always dirty.
I know what word you're thinking of.
Rubbermaid containers. Sorry, guys. I'll get there, I promise. Put them in those containers to take with you to lunch. So then you have your actual portion control containers to use.
Tupperware.
Thank you. Tupperware. Jeez. Yes. So use that. So don't just throw that chicken in that Tupperware to begin with, though. Put it in your red container first. Measure it out. Make sure it's right. And even if it's a big breasted chicken and you're like, holy crap, how am I supposed to fit this in there? Just cut it up. Shred it. Pull it, whatever you need to do, put it in there, and then you can put it in your Tupperware and take it with you. So what questions do y'all have about containers? Because I know that might be very overwhelming at first. So ask away. You tell me what you want to know about the containers. Anything else you guys have questions about? Anyone? Okay, well, there's lots of recipes in our group. And then if you need more, just ask one of us, or Pinterest has tons of them too. So I'm constantly putting stuff in there. And for me, I know for the containers, I was like, all right, I can eat strawberries. I can eat eggs. I can eat chicken. But then you also got to remember, you can combine foods together. So if you're kind of freaking out, about how you're supposed to eat all this. Like, I know I have some people, I don't know how to get 4 vegetables in a day or 5 fruits. Make a breakfast casserole, make a vegetable soup, something where you can combine some together. That's really helpful to try to get them all in, because you'll see that it's a lot of containers and a lot of food, and you can do half too. So like, you'll look at some recipes and it'll say like half a red, half a yellow, whatever. Like, yeah, that's totally fine. You don't have to fill it up to the brim all the time. You can definitely do half a container and it still totally work for whatever recipe y'all are doing. So, Rose, anything to add about the containers?
I would say just like with your food choices, I have like my messed up 21-day fix. I mean, this thing is like old and ragged. But there is like the food chart on here that tells you like what food goes in what container, right? There's a hierarchy, meaning like the foods that are at the top are the ones that you really should be eating the most of. Like, if you have a whole grain bagel, like, it's not going to kill you, right? But it's at the bottom. So try as best as possible to kind of get up at the top. And I'm kind of a hypocrite at saying this, but try to have a variety of food. I was telling Patty last night, I'm like, I pretty much eat the same thing every week. I don't get sick of it. But it is really good for our body to get a variety of different things in our diet, just because everything is so diminished of just nutrition, just from like the farming industry and everything kind of being stripped away of its natural stuff. What else about the containers? Yeah, I put the brackets and meal plans for each bracket in the group too. So definitely look at that. I mean, Pinterest has a crap load of stuff, but you can always reach out to us and you're like, I have no idea what to do. And we can definitely guide you in the right direction. I mean, even for me as a coach, what was it, like 2 years ago when 21-Day Fix came out? When I opened that book, I was like, what do they want me to do? Like, how am I supposed to teach other people about this? The first week was definitely challenging, but after that, it was kind of like a piece of cake. Now I can kind of like do this like the alphabet. Yeah, I think that's it for the containers. Anything? What was the next one, Haley? Prepping.
Prepping. Yeah. So with your meal prepping, guys, when you're doing this, for whatever program you're doing, you really want to pick a specific day and time that you can just kind of set aside to do it. And if you can't do it all in one setting, like, if Sunday afternoons don't work or Monday mornings or something, then don't freak out. Like, that is perfectly fine. Do a little bit here, do a little bit there. And I always tell people when you're meal prepping, don't overcomplicate it. Like, I know Rose told me this when I started before, but you'll see in some of the recipes, it looks real good and you want to do it, but then it's a lot. Like, it can get very complicated. So don't try to overcomplicate it by any means. Keep it simple when you're prepping. I mean, keep the almonds, keep little snacks, grapes, strawberries, blueberries, whatever it is. You don't have to overcomplicate it by any means. And so always try to, when you're prepping, make sure that you are at least getting in 1 to 2 of each container, I would say, like at that sitting. So then you always have something to grab and go. Because I know for me, like, that is my biggest thing. I'm a snacker. Like, I like to eat, I like to snack. But if I've already prepped a few snacks, or I've prepped my vegetables, my fruits, whatever it is, then I can just grab and go that. When you're doing your actual meal preps, you do it, find a system that works for you. And it may be all at once for that entire week on a Sunday. It may be for 3 days, and then you do the rest later on. Don't by all means try to have to do all 21 days at one time or all 2 weeks at one time. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Do what works for you, and always have something to go to, whether it's a whole meal that you're prepping or snacks. Make sure you just have something in your back pocket, because if you're anything like me, you'll start to get that little urge around 3 o'clock, and you're just like, what do I want? So I know for me, like a lot of times sweets is what I like crave at night, so I always try to leave one of those kind of containers for after dinner. So I'll, put something away in my container that I can grab and go after dinner. So I don't know, that's kind of what I do. Rose, do you have anything to add for that?
Yeah, I mean, definitely do a prep day. Doesn't matter what day it is, even if it's, 2 days out of the week, like a Sunday and like a Wednesday. If you kind of, I stretch things. I would take things, all the way up until probably Friday. If it doesn't smell bad, it doesn't have anything growing on it, it's good. Other people I know aren't like that. So if you want to do like Sunday and a Wednesday as a prep day, that's totally cool. I was talking about this last night too. If you just want to make a big thing of chicken, a big thing of ground beef, a big thing of, cut up steak, and then you can kind of throw the chicken on your salad. Then the next day have chicken with pita, and then the next day do like a chicken noodle soup, or, chicken and like whole wheat pasta. So that's a really great way to have variety, so you're not getting bored with the same thing, but you're not cooking up a million different meals at once. So yeah, definitely always have your protein prepped, because I think that's the thing that takes the longest to cook. And then I also wanted to say, like, I think getting your veggies in is the hardest thing. If you want to just throw like your spinach and kale in your shake, you don't even taste it. And you can totally do that. The way that I get my extra veggie in is by doing that, or if I want to clean my juicer, I'll grab it. But most of the time, like, I might like go to the juice bar if I'm nearby. But usually, like, my snack might just be like grilled chicken and sauteed onion with like garlic and olive oil and sea salt, like bam. So sometimes like my snack isn't like what a snack would be like. And then for nighttime, because if you guys know me, I like my ice cream. So I'll save like my banana and peanut butter for like a nighttime snack if I need to. And then I put cacao nibs, which is kind of like the better part of like the cacao fruit or whatever. It doesn't have all like the sugar and milk like chocolate does, but it gives it like just that nice little hint. So that's what I do for the nighttime if I'm kind of like urging to have something. Anyone have any questions about prepping? Okay. Let me just see what the next topic is, because I think it's me. Oh, BOD overview. Yay! So if you guys don't know, like, Beachbody just came out like with this all access pass where you can get everything, meaning every single workout is unlocked. They're only doing this for, I think, up until like mid-February, end of February. So if you guys are thinking about it, like, you have until like mid-February to go for it. Meaning, like, all of these programs are usually locked, meaning you would have to purchase each of these programs, but you can access all of these. So the really cool thing that I love that they've added, so they came out with BOD maybe like, I would say 6 months ago. So they're still kind of like in the beta phase where they're like testing it, putting new things out there, seeing what kind of really works for us. So the thing I really like now, especially if you have the all access pass, is you have all these workouts and you're like, what am I going to do with all of these workouts? Pick one, and I cannot repeat that enough. Pick one workout and just do one workout program. If you start doing this one and this workout from that program, your body is not going to get shaped correctly because you're going to be using the same muscles over and over. Each program is designed for a specific reason to go in a specific order. So definitely follow one program and follow the pretty little workout calendar that comes with it. Cross your big X's off so you feel proud of yourself every single day. But in here, if you click up top at the programs, you'll see there's a program match, or if you kind of go through this screen, it will ask you what your goals are, like what kind of things you like to do. So if you want to lose weight, click on that. If you like to do yoga, click on that. There's no way I'm working out for 60 minutes. Why will, I don't know if it's my mouse that's not working. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing a 30-minute workout. And I would say I'm pretty fit. I'm female, so you can go through this and then it'll spit out programs that are going to work for you. So, you know, you can obviously ask me or Haley what would be the greatest program for you, and we've probably already kind of guided you in some way, but you can definitely go to this and just see what it will spit out for you. So you can do this from your computer, and then you can also download the BOD app on your phone. And the cool thing about it with it on your phone is you can, if you don't have Wi-Fi, so say like you're going to the Poconos or something and you don't get Wi-Fi up there, you can download, I believe, up to 6 or 7 workouts. That way when you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still get your workouts in, and it's already there. You don't have to freak out or hope that there's like a DVD player wherever you're going. And this is obviously on your computer. If you go to teambeachbody.com and then just click on this Beachbody On Demand thing here, that will just take you to Beachbody On Demand. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see all of your programs. Each program, if you click on Get Started, will give you all of the workout calendars. So the regular 30 days, so like Core de Force is 30 days, but then they also give you all the deluxe workouts. So there's always some like additional workouts that Beachbody puts out for after the initial 30 days. So you get those too. They give you the eating plan. So the booklet that I had here, they give you this for every single program. And that's why I like this too. So you can, I would say you can definitely jump around with the eating plan because they all use the containers, but they all have different recipes in there. So if you're like, I want to see what else is out there, you can do that too, is go through all the eating plans with this. And then if you speak Spanish, you can get all the Spanish stuff too. But you can do that for every single workout, which is awesome.
We actually do have someone that speaks Spanish, Rose. Stephanie can speak Spanish.
Awesome. I would say do the 21-day fix in Spanish. I would like to see how autumn sounds. I haven't done the 3-week yoga retreat, but I think someone in our group is actually doing the 3-week yoga retreat. This one is kind of like a silent one that people don't talk about. I don't know why, but it is absolutely excellent. Definitely check this one out, especially if you've been hardcore with a program for like 2 months. Say like you did like Insanity Max 30 for 2 months, or you did like 21-day fix extreme for 2 months. If you've done like a hardcore workout program for 2 months, I would say you do need, to have those peaks and valleys in your workout, meaning you need to kind of change it up. You need to give your body a little bit of a rest, especially females. Our hormones, if we are stressed for a long period of time, our cortisol levels go through the roof. We hold on to weight and our body does not like us. So we do need to give our body that rest. That doesn't mean sit on the couch rest, but it just means lower the intensity of your workouts. The other thing that I wanted to talk about with Beachbody On Demand is the Fix8 channel, which is the cooking show that goes right along with the container. So it's pretty much like gives you everything. So they had holiday recipes. I didn't look at the holiday recipes. They do look, they sound very tasty. But in the foundational videos, right here, this is my favorite one. It's meal prep, so you're prepped, 5 days of food. If you click on it, it's 16 minutes. Most of these are pretty fast, but she'll go through a whole 5 days of how she preps her week, and it just like blows your mind how simple she does it. So it was kind of like what I was talking about before. She'll make like a ton of chicken. She'll make a ton of rice. She'll make a ton of like roasted asparagus. And then at each meal, she'll take like a piece from here and a piece from here. And then at every meal, she's kind of making something different, but with all the food that she prepped ahead of time. I think it's just really a nice way of how she put everything together. But there's all different types of recipes, whether it's breakfast, entree, side, soup, salads, you all can read. So definitely, you know, if you have this, go through here. And even if you don't have BOD, if you just go to YouTube, I think some of the things got leaked a little bit. Not everything, but you can definitely find some really good recipes of hers. And even if you go to Autumn's page, so Autumn Calabrese, if you go to her Facebook page, she might even have Pinterest, but I know her Facebook page is pretty good, and she gives really good tips and recipes there as well. And then you could also just search by like trainer, by type of workout. Challenge du jour is just where Beachbody will mix different programs. Like I said, I really don't suggest mixing programs, but people do it. Then that's all I really wanted to talk about Beachbody On Demand. Did anyone have any questions about this? Any trouble accessing it if you gotten the all access pass? Okay. All right. Haley, I think you're...
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up about that video for meal prepping on the BOD thing.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Highly suggest that one, guys. It's really good. So now I was just going to talk about your workout and following a calendar and like best time to work out and stuff. So we all live busy lives, obviously. Probably all of you either teach full-time or not teach, sorry, hello, work full-time or do something that you're constantly busy, whether it's school or whatever. So you have to figure out the time that's going to work best for you to get your workout in. Each and every one of you committed to this because you have a goal, something you want to do. And so you can be in this group and we can provide you tools and all that stuff, but you're not going to get those results you want to see unless you put in the work. So we want to be here to support you as much as we can, but we can't get your butt up at 5 a.m. and do the workout, or we can't get your butt up off the couch at 5 p.m. and do the work for you. So find a time that works best for you. I know for me, I have to do it in the morning. I just don't do it if I don't get it done before work. I have to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. I'm a teacher and there all day. And by the time I come home, I'm exhausted and I will not work out. But if I do it in the morning, I know I feel better. I feel like I've earned my shower, I actually can shower now and I feel good about myself, gets me energized. And guys, it's freaking hard as crap to get up early to work out. It's not easy by no means, but it's something I've committed to. It's something I want to do. And the results I've seen, I'm going to keep doing it. And so some days, you may be more tired. You may slack. You may not be able to get it all done, but figure out what's going to work in your schedule. If you see that you're like, oh, I'm not doing it in the mornings, maybe afternoons work better. That's fine. Whatever is going to get you the results you want to see in whatever time frame that is. Some people do it on their lunch break. Some people do it when their kids go to bed. Some people do it before their family wakes up in the morning. I would highly suggest either if you chose one program and you bought the DVDs, or even if you're choosing one from All Access, find the calendar that goes with it where it lists out all your days of what workouts you're doing and post that somewhere, whether it's in your living room where you're going to do your workouts, or if you have a spare room that you do your workouts in, tape it up on your wall. Cross off the days as you do it. You're going to feel so much more accomplished when you are able to cross those days off and be like, heck yeah, 2 weeks in, I got this, Otherwise, 2 weeks in is when your body is starting to crash and burn and you're just like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so sore. I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if you guys know, but your body goes through a cycle when you start a new workout program. The first 5 days, living heck. You're just like, oh, this is so tiring. Then by the fifth or sixth day or something, you've kind of gotten more into the routine, but then you kind of hit that plateau where you're just like, all right, I'm not seeing like the results right away. What's going on? Am I going to be able to continue this? And that's when you got to make the decision. Are you going to keep going or are you going to give up? So just keep that in mind as you guys are starting. It's going to be hard at first. You're going to feel like you're going to plateau. You're going to feel like you want to quit, but don't. You've made a commitment to you, to your family. There's a reason why you are doing this. So keep that in the back of your mind. Keep that workout calendar in your view, perspective, cross it off, take a picture of it, put it on Snapchat, whatever you got to do to freaking get you excited that you're doing this. And then make sure to take your before and after pictures, especially those before pictures, guys. Like, if you know me, like Stephanie knows me and Darlene and y'all, I'm tall and lanky. Like that's my body type. So when I work out, people don't see big results on me unless I show them a picture. So you have to have some proof, because I'm telling you that scale is going to lie to you. Just like Rose was saying earlier, hormones, what we go through being a lovely woman every month, things that happen in our bodies, it's going to fluctuate. Like freaking today, I put on my pants and just like, felt so bloated because it's like that time of month for me. But, I know that I am working out and I'm toning and I'm leaning and things like that, but it's just those darn hormones. And so I may get on the scale and it may be 1 or 2 pounds heavier, but then I'll take a picture and I'll look at that before picture and I'll look at that after picture and I'll be like, okay, I can see my abs. Okay, I got a little butt. My arms are getting there. So it's like the pictures are what is going to keep you going. When you look at the scale and you may be disappointed or you may be like, what the crap? It hasn't moved at all. It hasn't gone up, it hasn't gone down. It's just stayed the same. What the heck? Before and after pictures and your measurements. Always take your measurements. I think, Rose, you posted like a video, right, of how to do that with the measuring tape.
Yeah, I believe I do. And it doesn't have to be, scientific. It doesn't have to be exact. As long as you do it the same way the first time you did it the last time, you'll be fine. And if you don't mind, I want to tell a story. One of our friends, Jessica Bryson, she did 30 days of Core de Force, which is like hardcore, like MMA, like kickboxing, like all this kind of stuff. And I think like her baby's 3 or 4 months old right now, maybe 6. I could be lying. Somewhere like the 3 to 6 months range, right? She lost like, I laugh because not that I find it funny, but she lost 0.9 pounds, right? But in inches, it was something like freaking insane, like 15 inches lost. And you can see in her pictures how her body completely changed. Weight-wise, no, she didn't change weight, but she had a body transformation, which was not just numbers on a scale, but like she could fit in new clothes and all that kind of stuff. So definitely don't go by that scale because you're gonna stress yourself out, and then that's just going to make losing the weight even harder. So you're almost kind of fighting a losing battle with that. I would suggest putting your scale away. If you can't resist the urge, ask your husband or wife or whoever to take that and just hide it from you for 30 days. I don't think it's bad looking, even every weekend. Not a bad thing. But if it's something that becomes a little obsessive, then I would say it kind of just needs to be removed for your own sanity.
Sounds good. And Jessica won the $1,000.
She did. Yeah, so Beachbody, obviously we're in the health bet, but Jessica won $1,000 from posting like a workout video. So just keep your eye out, and we'll let you guys know if there's any like other kind of like prizes going on besides the health bet. But yeah, that was really cool that she won $1,000 from that.
You can submit your before and after photos too to get a t-shirt or some type of prize for whatever program you finish. So you do the 21-day fix. You send in your before picture, send in your after picture, and a little like bio description of what you did, your results, and things like that. And they'll send you a free t-shirt that says like, I did it, I finished 21-day fix, something like that. They're really cute tank tops and stuff too. So you really want to make sure to send those in because free clothes, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the other thing too is like, they're not looking for like an extreme weight loss. They're looking for a story. They're looking from, you know, someone that was like a warrior that, you know, came from one place and then had like, you know, not even just a physical transformation, but like a personal, emotional, mental transformation. So if you think like, I'm not going to send in my pictures, I don't see much of a difference. If you have a story to tell, Beachbody absolutely listens. And if I can just mention about your workouts, if you're finding it hard to wake up in the morning, because I think for most people, that's the only time away from, you know, husbands and babies and everything is in the morning before work. A few tips is obviously put your alarm on, put your phone away somewhere else that you have to get up and physically shut it off. I kind of sneak it and like put my phone a little bit too close. So like sometimes I have to put it in the bathroom. So I like really have to get up and walk away and turn it off. Second thing you can do is sleep in your workout clothes. That way it's like, you know, that extra 3 minutes you don't have to waste trying to find clothes to put on. Third thing you can do is have an accountability partner. So whether you want to have me, Haley, or we can set you up with a success partner or accountability partner within the group where they're going to text you every single morning saying, did you get your workout in, or are you up yet? Or you can do a Zoom like this with someone and you press play at 5:30 together, even though it might be different workouts. You guys are showing up together, and that's giving you that extra accountability and that extra support. Definitely Shakeology, I feel, is the best after your workout. If you do have a busy schedule like I used to have at work and needed it for lunch or needed it for a quick dinner, I think that's totally fine. But I say that because a lot of people don't know what to eat after their workouts, and then they become sore. You don't want to waste a workout. And what I mean by that is, yeah, you're burning calories during the workout. And I think that's what, you know, a lot of us is, you know, to lose weight and everything like that. But there's other things besides losing weight and burning calories in a workout. You need to replenish your muscles. You need to replenish your glycogen stores in your muscles. So yeah, you do want to replenish it back up with a little bit of sugars. And I don't mean sugar like refined sugar. I mean sugar from good carbs like bananas and all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you are getting in protein and carb right after your workout within 30 minutes. If you go beyond the 30 minutes, you're winning. There's like that opportune time frame for you to get that protein and carb in to really maximize on your workout, right? You don't want to work out so hard and then waste it because you didn't prep or waste it because whatever happened, right? So for me, it's wake up. I work out fasted, meaning especially it's good for women too, because if you work out fasted, your body burns more of your fat and not what you just ate. So I will wake up, I'll chug a thing of water to kind of get all of the, when you sleep, you breathe in a lot of carbon dioxide. So when you have some water as soon as you wake up in the morning, it's going to help to flush your system. And then I work out and then I have my shake. So you're burning the fat instead of, you know, having something to eat. But some of us need, you know, just something little in the morning before we work out. If I have something to eat before I work out, I'll like vomit. I just can't, it's too heavy for me. But you gotta have to kind of, you know, just feel what's right for you. If you feel a little bit too dizzy, for when I started Insanity, that was my first program ever, I did Results in Recovery from Beachbody. It was a really great drink. It's not Gatorade. Gatorade is absolute complete garbage. And I can say that because I gave it to all my football kids, because that's what you kind of do. That's what's there. But that really helped me have something, but not to the point where I couldn't work out because my stomach felt so sick. So if you need something like that, just ask me or Haley, and we can kind of guide you in the right direction. Sorry, I kind of get really intense with that stuff. Did anyone have any questions about what time to work out, what to eat after they work out, or just getting your workout in? Haley, did you have anything else you wanted to add before I?
No, I think that was it. I think we were just going to talk about making sure to change your mindset and then posting in the group and stuff.
Okay. This is a journey, right? It's not, yes, it is called the 21-day fix. Yes, most of the programs are just for 30 days. But if you do a workout for 21 days and then you don't do anything after that, you're going to end up right where you started. So it has to be that mindset shift. And I'm not saying never to have ice cream again or never to have a drink again. I'd be a big fat liar if I said that. What I'm saying is that you need to find a balance and a moderation. And that comes from being okay with finding something that works for you, that works in your life. And that's going to be different for everybody. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I'm gluten-free, and some people look at me saying, I could never, not have bread. I could never not have pasta. Yeah, I said that in the beginning too, but after a little bit, you're like, it doesn't bother me. So what I mean for you guys is find something that's going to work for you, regardless of what other people think. You're going to be able to get through it and get past it. And there might be those things that you can't live without, like ice cream, and just be okay with that. Don't stress about it. Once in a blue moon, I'll have it and I'll be like, oh, crap, I don't feel good, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm just going to move on the next day. And that's how it goes, right? I would suggest if you do need help changing that mindset, in my last group, we did an amazing book. It was called Made to Crave. Haley has it too, and Megan and Patty has it. I know it sounds silly, and I know it sounds hokey pokey, but if you're not changing what you're believing about yourself, and you keep on telling yourself the same old story that you're not good enough, that you can never do this, that this is how you're just supposed to be, it is BS. You are supposed to be better, grow better, and not just not to be perfect, right? Just to be the best version of you. And I probably say that a million times a day, but I truly believe that that's where kind of like inner peace comes from, because food is not just food, it's emotion. It's emotional. It's not just, if it was simple as just food, not 70% of Americans would be obese. Let's just face it, right? So it has to start with your mindset, and obviously you all are here. You all showed up. So you took that step in getting into that right mindset. So I would say if you really need help with that, and you know that you struggle with your mindset, and you have negative thoughts or limiting beliefs about yourself, and what I mean by limiting beliefs is beliefs about yourself that's holding you back from your potential, or holding you back from doing something that you want. Like if you ever wanted to do something, but like you still sat still and like you almost like had the sweats because you got so nervous about it, there's a limiting belief going on there. You want to do it, but something is like tugging you back there, right? So for us to get you from here to where you want to go, there's going to be that resistance in the middle. That resistance is going to want you to bring you back down here. That resistance is uncomfortable. Like we don't like being uncomfortable, right? We like being in our little comfort zones with our blankets, like all nice and wrapped up and warm. We don't like to be pushed outside of our comfort zones, but that's the only time when change is going to happen. That's the only time where you're going to get somewhere different. Maybe a little tough love, I don't know. But if you guys need some help with some personal development books or audios, like I said, I know it sounds so hokey pokey, But that stuff completely changed my life, and I'm sure it has for Haley too. Haley, did you want to add anything about mindset, personal development?
Nope, you really just have to, guys have already committed to this, and now you just have to follow through with it, and you're going to struggle. It's going to be freaking hard. You're going to quit. You're going to want to quit, but you're not going to.
Yeah.
You're going to feel like some days are just a complete failure, and you might just sit in the bathroom crying or sit somewhere crying like, ah. But it will get better, I promise you. And if you just know one day at a time, just don't overwhelm yourself. One day at a time, keep that positive mindset, and you guys can definitely accomplish this.
All right, last thing before we end is I wanted to make sure that you guys knew how to do the app. And that's why I freaking love Zoom, because I can share my phone. How awesome is this? All right, so this is obviously the app. So I know a lot of people are logging in their workouts and their shakes now. We don't start officially, meaning Beachbody official, until January 9th. If you're logging it now, keep on logging it. It's just going to create a routine for you to kind of remember to log this in. And yes, like you can say that you worked out and you didn't. You can lie. But the whole point of this is not to get, $20-25, if that's what we get. It is to keep you accountable, right? For you to start having that routine in your life that you're going to show up, or you're going to do your workout, you're going to log in, and then you might get that reminder one day that says, oh, you didn't do your workout, or you didn't log your workout in. And for that to actually trigger you to go work out, right? So this is on Monday where you're going to go. I just clicked on that plus sign right here at the bottom, and then it takes you to where you can log in. Obviously, I would say do your progress and measurements at least once a week. Your weight, I wouldn't, once a month if you wanted to do with the weight, right? What else with the app? There's a pinned post most of the day. So if it's me or Haley that's posting, like the coach post will be on the top. And then obviously everyone else's post will be at the bottom. I believe we have like 40 people in this group. So yes, there's going to be a lot of chatter. You're going to see a lot of people posting things. The more that you can be accountable and support other people, the more you're just going to get out of this. It just goes with life in general. The more you give, the more you get. So if you see someone that's struggling or needs help, or someone that you can kind of recognize and congratulate, do it. Like, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to take you 2 seconds out of your day to do it. And then you're going to, that person's going to be more likely to show up the next day. Up at the middle top over here, you're going to see the info and files section. If you click on that, I've been working on this, but I've added some recipes in here. I'll probably add some snack options as well, and anything else that you guys need. But just click on it, and then there'll be the PDF file. You can save it if you want to, but there's tons of recipes in here too. So that was where the info and file section was. And I think that's really all that I wanted to go over with you guys with this app. I think it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. So starting, January 9th, it's 5 shakes, 3 workouts. Obviously, if you do 6 workouts and 7 shakes, your results are just going to be that much better. And it really, the payout all depends upon who completes the 4 weeks. I'm guessing it's going to be about $20 to $25. It's New Year's resolution time, so we do have a lot of people that are doing the health bet, but it really all depends on kind of who crosses that finish line. Does anyone have any questions about using the app or about the health bet and how to log in your stuff?
I do have a quick question. So in between challenge groups, can you still use the app to log your shakes and workouts, or is it just for challenges only?
It's just for challenges only, but when I set the app, I can keep pushing back the date. So if you're like, Rose, I like the app, I can kind of just keep the app open for you and keep pushing back the date. I
Got
think
it.
the only reason they do that is because they don't want someone using the app without a coach. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Like I can't control Carl Deichler. But and that's why I set this to open earlier to kind of get prep week and all that kind of stuff started.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Good question. Megan always has good questions.
And y'all don't
Gotta
forget
ask 'em.
too, with your Shakeologies, when you log them, you have to have a picture in order for it to count towards the health bet. Now your workout, you don't necessarily have to have a picture. Like you can just, type in what you did. If you want to put like a sweaty selfie or, something Flex Friday, whatever you can. But in order to qualify for the health bet money-wise with the Shakeology, you got to post a picture. And it doesn't have to be like anything specific. It could be your packet of Shakeology. It could be your blender. It could be just your cup with it in there. It could be you with your cup. Like just proof that it is Shakeology in some form. So make sure that you guys did that, because I know some people were confused on that when we had the health bet last year and they didn't do that. And so they were bummed that they didn't get any of the money. So don't forget picture.
Yeah, you don't have to be in it. Doesn't have to be fancy schmancy. Just take a picture.
Yeah.
All right. I think we are good. And we almost all made it till 10 o'clock. But thanks everyone for kind of sticking out for this hour. Any last questions? Was this helpful? All right.
Yay. Thank you guys for showing up. We're so excited.
Yeah, this is nice.
Great.
I like this. It is good to kind of see faces and put names to people. But, use that as much as you can. If you have questions, reach out to us. If you need any help with recipes or whatever, we're just not here to give you a program and some shakes. We're here to actually coach you through this. Not that we're perfect. We're not. But we're kind of here to just support you guys.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Have a good one. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.